Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, social media, or website. Reach out to me directly, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. So for the new year 2020, we have an all-new Seiko Alpinist, a series that is now 14 years old. The Alpinists are handsome all-arounders, sporty in an overt fashion. They're nevertheless handsomely designed with versatile lines that wear well as dress timepieces, and this SBDC091 is a timepiece that is dress viable, as at 39.5 millimeters it's nicely sized to wear with formal attire. Add the yellow gold plated hands as well as indices and numerals, and you have an elegant timepiece that is 200 meters water resistant but looks equally good in a suit and tie. The timepiece is reasonably slim for what it is, though not excessively so. At 13 millimeters, it will fit underneath the dress cuff. It's delightfully short from lug to lug at 46.3 millimeters, so it will fit on a smaller wrist with a spacing of 20 millimeters between the lugs. Now throw it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. You could say why I call this watch overtly sporting with its rotating bezel and its double crown, but perfectly suited as a dress watch because it is a graceful piece and not excessively sized. With the conical bezel, it will slide underneath the dress cuff quite easily, and I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. Let's take a quick look at the hardware and the software, and well, for a watch that costs hundreds, not thousands of dollars, I'm impressed by the level of spec, as you get alligator leather, not a textile, not rubber, not calfskin, large rectangular scale, the most expensive type, brown, semi-gloss. You can see there's a sheer edge showing the layers of leather. There's a monotone stitch, and then where I would have expected a pin buckle at this price, we get a full trigger-actuated single fold deploying clasp. So you have that extra insurance against droppage while donning or removing at bedside. Of course, you can see this is a brand new Seiko strap, calfskin on the bottom. You will be the first to gouge or crimp it. These lines that I love so much, they are gorgeous. As you can see, a combination of high polish with a sharply broken and contrasting satin finish on the lug hoods. The case is simple but strong, with sheer guards for the primary crown, and then you have a secondary crown that's used to adjust the internal bidirectional compass rose bezel. The crown for the setting and winding is screw down, and as you can see from the case back, the watch is robustly water resistant, 20 bar or 200 meters. The timepiece features a hard conical profile bezel with a little vertical portion to further articulate the design, and if you look closely you can see that the bezel is stepped in subtly from the case band so the watch doesn't appear to be a monolith. It's thoughtfully designed with a sunburst olive green metallic dial, the yellow gold applique, they are yellow gold plated hands as well. Note the unusual use of cathedral style hands on a general purpose land sports watch, as you generally see that style on vintage and vintage inspired pilot's watches. And the timepiece is special in every regard, as the dial has excellent depth, luster, color contrast, tone, and texture. You can use the bezel in conjunction with the hour hand and the position of the sun to find either north or south in both the north and southern hemispheres. And the timepiece is an accomplished full manufacture product, as inside we have a new 6R35 movement that has 70 hours of power reserve, which is quite impressive for an entry-level watch. You've got the 21.6 beat rate, you have the combination, and I'll demonstrate, of the hacking seconds function. I have to say there's very little play in the hands. There's very little dead angle over which you move the crown and the hands don't actually budge. So it feels very precise, and the crown itself feels very strong on its stem extended. This is where even expensive watches can often have wobbly crowns. The integrity of this watch from a build quality standpoint is impressive. Now you also have a quick set date, and you can see the date has a Cyclops eye style magnifier just like a Rolex. So that's functional, and because it does have a contrasting black on white print, it is very, very visible. The movement, of course, automatic winding with the quick set, the hacking, the 70-hour power reserve, 24 joules, beaten away at 21.6. Seiko's an integrated manufacturer par excellence. They make their own springs for shock protection. They make their own hairsprings, mainsprings. They make their own escapement. They make their own balance. All of this crafted in-house, particularly impressive. So this timepiece, though again priced in hundreds, not thousands of dollars, is a viable watch for full-time wear. If you don't want to slum it with a G-Shock or a Timex Ironman, nothing wrong with that, but if you don't want to wear a disposable watch and you want mechanical soul in a timepiece that's affordably priced as a daily driver, this is a great way to do it. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Seiko Alpinist. Note that the seconds hand is fully loomed. All three hands, you can also see the reflection of the luminescent indices in the polished inner bezel. It's a gorgeous and intriguing nighttime look.